1, 2, 3, ikimashou everyone!
How's it going, Musa Squad? We have a brand new video for you guys today. This is a very different video than usual. You guys see the team already down on the screen. It's a very standard team, very strong team. But today I wanted to choose one battle, the battle that cost me the 10-0. That's right, I went 9-1 with this team. And I wanted to break it down for you guys, explain to you guys what the mistakes were so that you can avoid them, so that if you're ever in this situation, you can get your 10-0 and get all those extra points you need to make it all the way to that legend rank. But anyway guys, before we start this, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, and let's get it going. So the very first battle of this set will be versus the opponent that I lost to, and then the rest will be all the wins. So this is a very good lead for us here, of course, versus Skarmory. And the opponent stays in, right? So this makes me think that they want to catch this move, so I'm not going to throw my Rock Slide. So that's actually one of the good things that I did during this matchup. And I made my immediate switch into the Pelipper, so that is very good. But as Go Battle League, it is a game of inches. I definitely started making mistakes already here. I should probably have gone on and charged up to 2 Weather Balls before actually throwing my energy there. But I do get a shield out of them, and they have farmed up enough for a Psychic, so I'm going to go ahead and shield this one here. And this is a good call in my opinion. I think the Psychic would have done too much damage. So yeah, I'm able to do a lot of wing attack damage here, which is great. And now I go for my second Weather Ball. Like I said before, I should have probably saved up to get to 2 Weather Balls first and then, back to back. But anyway, I get them pretty low here, and I managed to get 1 or 2 more wing attacks off. And now they go ahead and throw their energy. Now guys, a little quiz time for you all. So what do you think? Should you shield here or should you let this go through? Okay, give you guys a couple of seconds. Alright, so if your choice was to not shield, that is the correct move. However, as you guys will see now, I did not make the correct decision, and this essentially cost me the entire game and ultimately the one loss to avoid the perfect 10-0. But anyway, so we do block it and we do finish them off. And now here is the second mistake that I make. I throw a blind Weather Ball. I'm assuming that they will throw in the Skarmory again. But guys, please look at that top right corner when people are switching in their Pokemon. That is how you know what is coming out, guys. And I didn't do it this time. I usually do it, but I didn't do it this time. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Anyway, so now the Skarmory comes back in, and this part of the game is a lot more standard, a lot more normal. I'm already at a very big deficit with shields, and of course my Venusaur in the back can't do anything. They don't know that, but it's very difficult to play with that Venusaur when I don't have any shields left, and they still have 1 shield. So obviously we're stuck in this one. This is not the fast switch timers. We're back to normal, and they hit me with a Flash Cannon, which is a pretty interesting move. The Brave Bird would have been a lot more deadly, I think, but I guess they're going for the Flash Cannon Sky Attack Skarmory here. So now I'm going to get another Rock Slide off, and this does get them very low, but I really wish these Rock Slides were hitting the Altaria, but things happen, and I get a little bit unlucky there. They beat me in the CMP tie, so things are looking very dire because this Sky Attack will get me low enough so that I am almost useless versus Altaria here with the Stunfisk. But anyway, I tried to make a switch to see if the game didn't register my Rock Slide, but it didn't work out. So yeah, definitely registered. It was definitely a CMP tie. And now here I'm going to try to get a Rock Slide off. I do manage to get one off. I basically have a good 1 Dragon Breath of HP left to go. So I'm going to make an immediate switch here. And I do it with Venusaur because I know I can survive a Sky Attack. But again, the situation is pretty dire here. There's almost no chance of coming out of it at this point because there was too many mistakes early on in the game. So that's the reason I made this video specifically for you guys. It's a very long video today because I'm showing you all 10 sets. But this video I've slowed it down a little bit, and I stopped it during key moments to ask you guys some questions. See, for you guys to think it through, get that thought process going for you guys for when you are in these battles here. And maybe the most important thing, guys, because this battle's over at this point, is don't play when your wife is trying out clothes in the mall. This was the only game out of those 10 games where I didn't play it at home. It was the last one actually of the whole set, of the whole 2 sets. And yeah, I was playing it while my wife was trying on some clothes in the mall. And maybe it was the people talking or something, I don't know. Usually I don't make these kind of mistakes, but You know, it happens. You don't win them all. But yeah, so again, guys, make sure you guys are very focused when you're playing. Always look in the top right corner when someone's switching their Pokemon, just like in this battle video that's coming up right here. So you can kind of see what typings are coming out. You might not know exactly what Pokemon is coming out, but at least you know the typings. So that can make your switch a little bit faster. And definitely when you win the matchup, right? The Pelipper matchup with the Medicham in the previous game, not this one, the previous game, the one loss. It's very important for you guys to understand. I switched into Pelipper and I won. I won because I got a shield out of them. So we got even shields and I got them very low. Medicham was the only thing that could really damage my Stunfisk. But I was a little bit impatient, a little bit maybe cocky, I would say. And I decided to shield thinking that Pelipper would be a great finisher, but that is just not the case. Your safe switch is not your finisher, guys. It's very rare for you to make a safe switch and for that guy to be your finisher. So with those two things in mind, hopefully this can help you all in the future and can help you all make sure to rank up as much as possible, especially right before all these crazy cups that are going to come out, which are going to be awesome. Don't get me wrong, I'm super excited for all of these cups that we're getting soon, but they are going to be pretty crazy. So having these kind of basics down packed before a new cup is very, very, very important. So since you guys are very familiar with the regular Great League Cup, which we're in right now, it's a very good time for you to think about it and use these strategies to help you stay ahead of the game, which is ultimately what we want to do here, right? We want to stay ahead of the game so that we can keep ranking up. I'm always playing crazy strategies, but I was getting a little bit tired of only winning 3, sometimes 4 matches. I wanted to get something a little bit more consistent, try to get to veteran rank right before this week is over, and I'm getting pretty close. So anyway, now I think I've talked too much. Again, I hope those tips help you guys out, and let's go ahead and hop into this battle here. So as you guys can see, this is my first actual battle of the set. Remember, that loss was actually the last battle of my 2 sets. And let's hop into this next battle. This is versus a Deoxys, so we got to make a quick switch here. But I guess I was a little bit slow, but my opponent was not slow. However, they switched into a Politoed, which is very interesting. It makes me think 2 things. 1, they don't really have anything great to deal with the Venusaur. And 2, this Politoed must be running Blizzard. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this up just to be safe. And it is a Blizzard, so now I definitely know I gotta watch out for that. Now this is right before, so these sets are a little bit weird, right? I think the first set was before the switch timer got switched, and then the next set was the next day when the switch timers were back to the typical 1-minute timers. Now I do shield again here, thinking it might be a Psycho Cut, but it is just a Rock Slide. Sorry, Psycho Boost. I meant to say Psycho Boost there. And this should take out, yes, it does take them out. Now they do have shield advantage, but we do have the HP advantage with all of our Pokemon, and we have the tools in the bag to finish this team off. Venusaur can probably finish both of their Pokemon because of the poison typing and also the grass typing here. So we're going to try to do as much damage as we can with Stunfisk. We were hoping that they'd go for a shield bait there with the Earthquake, but they did not. And now we're just really praying that they do one more shield. If they do, it's going to pretty much steal the game for us. And they do shield, so that's excellent. And we bring in the Pelipper to catch this. Remember, this is the short switch time, so that was pretty nice for us there. And we're going to go ahead and just go for the Weather Balls. They're very spammy, and trying to get to Hurricane, it just won't do enough damage. A little bit of lag there, but we do both manage to get our hits off. And they're going to use all of their energy here, so this is looking very good for us here. Okay, so now my thought process here is to wait out a little bit so that my switch timer comes up. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Stunfisk and then make the immediate switch when they switch to their Politoed, right? A lot of switching going on in this little battle. And I go for the Frenzy Plant because I really don't need to risk getting all the way to the Sludge Bomb, because this will finish from this range. And that is a good game to my opponent there. So yeah, guys, this team did really well. It does really well in both situations, with a short switch timer and with the regular 1-minute switch timer. Alright, and our next opponent is bringing in a Probopass. This is excellent for us, so we're definitely going to stay in this, but they do make the quick switch, and so do we. Pelipper is going to be doing great here because of the wing attack damage, and we can tank up an ice punch for sure. Yeah, we can tank up several ice punches, so we're looking pretty good here. We're probably going to farm up a lot and just go for weather balls because we don't want to risk throwing all of our energy. But they do make the switch into the Probo Pass right away. I actually really love Probo Pass. I'm really sad I didn't get the shiny. Shout out to anybody who did get it. Let me know down in the comments if you got the shiny Probo Pass. Now we do go ahead and bring back our Stunfisk, and we are just gonna farm up a Storm here because he can't hit us with anything too hard. All he's got is Rock Slide and Thunderbolt, and we're gonna go for Rock Slides because we want to keep farming basically, because we were about to hit max there. So we're okay with getting hit with one more thing, but they don't actually manage to get to another hit, so that's great for us. And now we are going to go for the Earthquake because this will be doing neutral damage and could probably force a shield. It does force a shield, and then we bring in the Venusaur. Now they bring in Hypno, and this is pretty scary because Hypno does hit Venusaur's poison typing very hard. So we're going to be spamming our Frenzy Plants as much as possible, which is very easy to do, right, with these starter Pokemon. That's kind of why most of them got banned out during that new Remix Cup that's coming out. But they do take us out, and now we're bringing in the Stunfisk. It's got so much HP, there's no way they can do anything to beat us here, so we're looking pretty good here. And we're going to go ahead and throw this Rock Slide. It finishes them off, and now they bring in the Poliwrath, but we have 2 shields, and they only have 1 shield. Also, Pelipper is super effective versus it with the fast moves, so things are looking excellent here. We do go for the Weather Ball because we want to try to force the last shield, and it does force the last shield there. And they're using their energy here, which means that we can shield and outpace them to the Weather Ball, and which is why I end up doing the shield. And we do get to the Weather Ball. Kind of a little bit of a lag there where I don't know, I clicked it, but it didn't register. Sometimes it happens. That actually might be a technical error from my side, but anyway, that's a good game to my opponent. And let's move on to the next one versus Fat Boy ENG. Sorry about the other trainers if I haven't read your names out. Just was trying to do some explanations. So this is a pretty bad lead, so we're going to go ahead and switch straight into the Pelipper. Now Pelipper isn't the best, but they do switch into Sableye, which is great for us because we're at a Weather Ball and a half here. So we will definitely get to 2 of them before they can get to any charge moves here. So let's see if my opponent decides to shield finally. I'm pretty sure they would. Yeah, so they definitely shield here, and I try to make the switch to try to catch, but it doesn't work out here, so I am forced to shield myself. Although I probably could have tanked it up, and I make the switch anyway there. Now they bring the Venusaur back in, and I was going for the Rock Slide there, but I'm kind of hoping now that the Frenzy Plant went through that it didn't register so that I can actually get to the Earthquake so that I can do a shield bait here. Normally I go for those Earthquakes, but this time I really wanted to get that last shield out, and I do manage to get it out, and I managed to make my switch into the Pelipper. Now I do realize that I have to use a shield here because Frenzy Plant would probably take me out, and they bring in the Sableye back in. Now we are going to have to tank up this foul play here, but if we survive it, we can farm down. I don't think we will. Yeah, it takes us out, and we get the Sableye out, and we have an Earthquake ready to go. So let's see what they bring in. Are they going to bring in that Venusaur or what? So they do bring in the Venusaur. This will definitely take them out because of the neutral damage, and then we try to make a quick switch into the Venusaur here versus the Talonflame. So this is a little bit scary, but we do get the Sludge Bomb off. This is going to do a lot of neutral damage. Yeah, we got them about halfway there, and they do have to throw energy. There's no way they can farm up to 2. So now it's a race for the Stunfisk. This battle was a bit of luck, I would say. Definitely a bit of luck, my winning this battle. But yeah, with about 3 HP, we get the Rock Slide off, and we win it here to keep the win streak going. And that's a good game right there. Now we do have a battle versus Buck Drain. I think that's what it says, Buck Drain. Or Bucked Rain, I don't know. And mirror matchup here, right? No surprise. We are actually always going for Earthquake during these mirror matchups. So if you ever go against me, well, you kind of know what I'm going to do. But I will always go for the Earthquake because even if the opponent goes for a Rock Slide to bait me, I basically just want to make sure that I actually get that shield out of them. Now I do make the switch because Venusaur does well here, and they actually switch into a Medicham, which makes me think that it has either Ice Punch or Psychic. Both are going to hit me very hard, so I need to be very careful here. Now they do let it go through, which is nice, and we are going to shield, because if it is an Ice Punch, it's going to hit us way too hard. And it is an Ice Punch. Okay, so now we're gonna, I think, overfarm a bit. No, we actually make the switch here to try to catch the Ice Punch. Switched a little bit too early though, but it's okay. Ice Punch still goes through, and they bring in the Azumarill. So I'm pretty happy that we were able to keep our Venusaur safe here. And I am going for the Hurricane. Many people don't shield on the first one, so yeah, I always manage to get a lot of damage done, and I switch instantly into the Venusaur to throw the Frenzy Plant here. So this will force their last shield, and this is probably an Ice Beam. I should survive it with a little bit of HP left, so maybe, oh no, it's a Hydro Pump. Interesting. Now they bring in the Stunfisk, so this is pretty good here. They use all of their energy, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my own Stunfisk, and I should get to the Earthquake before them because they just use all the energy. But I made the switch just to be safe. That's it, literally. I just wanted to be safe. Earthquake comes through, barely does anything to us, and they bring in the Medicham. We farm it down, and we have enough for a Weather Ball here. So let's see what they're bringing in. They do bring in the Stunfisk, and we get this Weather Ball through. Now, actually, I'm not sure. Is that their last Pokemon? No, they do have another Pokemon, and I switched straight into the Stunfisk for the Earthquake. Now, the reason I actually went for Earthquake is because Rock Slide actually would not have taken them out from that range, and I know Rock Slide's going to do pretty decent damage. I know that they don't have Ice Beam. They only have Play Rough and Hydro Pump because they used Hydro Pump earlier. So even if they take me out, I catch here with Pelipper. So this, oh, they do have Ice Beam. I'm so confused why this opponent used Hydro Pump earlier, not Ice Beam. But anyway, that's a good game right there. Let's go to the next opponent. They are, whoa there boy, high school. All right, let's see what they got. So this is absolutely a great lead, of course. The Fairy typing won't do too much versus me, but they make an immediate switch, and we stay in this. We stay in this because we can get the Earthquake off and hopefully do some damage. Now, I am shielding because I know they got to the Earthquake because they canceled their Wigglytuff's charm to go straight into their own Mud Shot there. So we were even on energy. That's why I shielded there. I did get one shield, and now I'm going for the Frenzy Plant. So I'm not 100% sure, but this might actually be the new set where the switch timers are a little bit slower. Yeah, I blocked the other Earthquake there, so now we're both down shields. They bring in the Toxicroak, and now I switch into the Pelipper. The Pelipper's gonna do great here, and I was actually wrong, guys. This is still the quick switch timers. So Sludge Bomb comes through. That hurts a lot, but it's okay. Now this Weather Ball should take them out. Let's see. Yep, it gets them out. That's great. And here comes the Clefable. It's gonna ruin my day. And we're gonna try to farm up as much as possible here. We should be able to get to the Earthquake before them. Yes. So this is looking very, very good for us, especially because Venusaur has the Sludge Bomb to finish off the Fairy type. So we make the immediate switch and go into the Sludge Bomb, and this should get them extraordinarily low. It won't take them out, but it'll get them very low. Yeah. So just a couple more fine whips, and that is a good game. Nice bunny costume. All right. So the next opponent is Black Aegis. And let's see what they're bringing to the table here. So again, we're starting with that Stunfisk, and we get an Altaria, so this is an excellent lead here. So we're pretty happy with this. Now Politoed comes in, and we make the immediate switch into the Venusaur. So things are looking excellent here. We get to the Frenzy Plant, which means that they are over farming, I think. It seems to me like that they've over farmed quite a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and shield this up because it's probably a blizzard, and it is a blizzard. So this is great for us. They do switch into the Altaria, and we immediately switch back into the Stunfisk. So the switch timers are just perfect for us. This is a perfect counter for us, you know, like we just counter pick them really well. So they know this game is over, and they go ahead and quit out there. Good game to my opponent. Next is versus Connor Chu. Let's see what they're bringing to the table now. So they have a Galvantula. Again, this is a great lead again for us. Lunge is a pain in the ass, but you know, they make the immediate switch, so it's fine. Now we're going versus the Azumarill. Now this is very fast, so this is most likely an Ice Beam. Not most likely, it is an Ice Beam, right? And we're gonna farm up a little bit extra and go for that Frenzy Plant here. So this should do a lot of damage if they don't shield, but they do end up shielding, and they switch immediately into Galvantula, and we managed to make our switch into the Stunfisk here. So things are looking great. And lunge dust comes through, which lowers our attack, which is a bit annoying, but we farm up a little bit extra and then go for that rock slide there. Miss one of the bubbles, which is unfortunate because they did lower my attack, so I gotta make sure I do as much damage as I can, but luckily they shielded. Now we switch immediately into the Venusaur and go for the Frenzy Plant, and that takes them out completely. Now they come back in with a Galvantula, and we're not going to shield here because Venusaur has done his job, unless they have two water types in the back, and then in that situation we're just kind of screwed. But they switch into a Mew, so again this is going to hit very hard. Has been debuffed a little bit, but look at that, half HP, and we get straight into an Earthquake here. We haven't even used Pelipper yet, although Pelipper will do really bad versus Galvantula if I'm being honest with you all. But they know it's game over, so they go ahead and quit it out. And now we are versus Ryuka. Okay, let's see. So they're bringing in the Grass Hole. You guys know what I'm talking about. And we make the immediate switch, and they make their own switch right into the Bastio down here. So a little bit rough of a lead here, but we'll pull through. You guys will see. So we try to get to another Weather Ball here. We do manage to get to it, but at this point, my guess is that they're going to farm us down, unless they try to throw energy. But we actually get the switch off, and now Victory Bell's in here. We're gonna go for the Earthquakes because if they don't shield, this will do devastating damage. But most likely they will, right? They're not that dumb. Yeah, so they go ahead and shield it up, and now we are in a bit of trouble, but we're gonna go ahead and shield here because we know we're gonna get that switch timer coming back up soon. And we switch back into the Pelipper, and they bring in the Bastiodon. Now the Bastiodon's going to use up all of his energy here, and we're going to get to bring in the Stunfisk to really farm up. So Stunfisk comes in, and we get a lot of energy going in here. We're probably going to have to throw energy. Yeah, we do throw the rock slide here. I don't know if this takes them out though. I'm a bit nervous about this one here. Okay, it does take them out. Great. So now they bring in the Victory Bell, and we get another Earthquake going. This should force the last shield from my opponent, and then Venusaur should be able to finish the job for us here. So bring in Venusaur, and they make a switch into a Stunfisk. Now I don't know which one it is because I didn't get to see the typing, but let's see. Okay, so it is the electric one. So no matter what, this is great for us. We're not going to shield, I believe, because even Mud Bomb just won't do enough. Yeah, does a lot, but not enough. And we need that shield just in case Victory Bell has any residual energy. So we throw the Frenzy Plant here. They catch it really nicely, and we obviously have to shield here, but because it's Razor Leaf, we probably don't have to worry too much about its second charge move, so we're looking good there. And we have a Frenzy Plant ready to go, so we throw this to go ahead and finish off this game. So let's see how it's going here. Bam. Yep, that's a GG. Alright guys, so those were the 10 battles. This video is a lot more chill. I have to do this recording in a kind of quiet area, which is why I have to be a little bit quiet and not as energetic as usual, but I am very hyped about these battles. Now, I did notice a small error I made at the beginning of the recording. I kept saying something about the first set being 30-second switch timers and the second set being the 60-second switch timers, but actually what happened was I fell asleep after my 4th battle, so I didn't actually finish my last battle, which is the first battle of the video, right? The one loss in the 10 battles. So I had to do it the next day, and I did it while my wife was shopping for some clothes, as I mentioned in the video, and that's one of the reasons why that one is actually 60 seconds and everything else is 30 seconds. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, if you stuck around this long, this is my longest video yet. Thank you so much. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and please turn on that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, let your friends know about it, and I will catch you all in the next one, okay? Sayonara!